I remember in senior high school, waakye was one of my favorite meals to rush for. I even used to collect from people who always say they do not eat beans, and now I see them sometimes on a queue joining to buy gobe. That doesn't really bother me, but what bothers me is how can you be missing out on this delicious Ghanaian delicacy? If you are new, thanks for joining, and to my old golden members, I love you so much. For this recipe, all we need is beans, that's the black-eyed beans, sorghum leaves, baking soda, and salt. This is the 4 ingredients to make this tasty Ghana street food style. First of all, I wash my sorghum leaves. I try my best to wash it as thoroughly as I can, because when you go to the market and you see how these leaves are handled, I promise you wouldn't want to put it in your food without thoroughly washing it. Also, you can equally wash it with salt water and then rinse all the salt out before adding it to your meal so that the food doesn't become salty. So I wash it thoroughly and then add it to my saucepan and place on fire. After placing on fire, I add water. I then proceed to add my baking soda. The quantity I poured is approximately 1 teaspoon. We are good at eyeballing. I cover and allow it to boil. And guys, at this stage, the color will come out. The baking soda will allow all the colors in there pop out. And then proceed to add my black-eyed beans. This beans is the best. The size is the best. The small sizes are the best because it puffs up into a bigger size. I then add my beans to the water and allow it to partially cook. Yes, I don't let it overcook because I will put rice as well. I have been preparing waakye all my life since I was ready to start cooking in the kitchen. I have been preparing waakye for our household of 10, 11, and we always use saltpeter. That's what we use to bring out the color of the sorghum leaves. I've seen a lot of people using baking soda. The first time I saw it was 2 years ago, where people were using baking soda instead of saltpeter, because a lot of people always have a stomach upset when they eat the corn, that's the saltpeter. So that's what has been going on. But specifically, I've never developed or shown interest in using baking soda to color my waakye, but today I decided to do it because I was inspired by a video of cooking with a fia, and also the saltpeter produces sand underneath the waakye. So most of the times when you're eating your waakye, you end up biting small tiny stones, which takes you off. But do not use too much, because when you use too much, it will become very slimy. I promise you, it will become like chewing gum. So don't use too much. 1 teaspoon is enough. Don't forget to support her. Let's take her to 1K. She's almost at 1K. Let's send her to 1K. Thank you. At this stage, the beans has been boiling for 30 minutes, and then the color have incorporated beautifully into the beans. The camera isn't doing justice to the color. It is wine burgundy color, but you just leave it as it is. So I then put my pot down because I don't want to let the beans to overcook. So I put my pot down and then use my tongs to remove my sorghum leaves. And I do it in a gradual process because some of the beans hides inside the sorghum leaves. So I do it gradually and put my pot back on fire. Wash my rice thoroughly and then simply add it to this pot full of goodness, and then flavor it with some salt, mix it up, and then allow it to cook thoroughly. And the quantity of water for preparing waakye is according to the type of beans and the type of rice we mostly use for preparing our meal. I can't give a quantity of water that is good for everybody because we all use different kinds of ingredients for cooking. So I just make sure the water doesn't overpower the food, but at the same time, waakye doesn't have to be dry. We don't want dry waakye. We want it a little bit soft, a little bit hard, so that when you add the gari and you mix it and then you put your fingers in there, oh my goodness, you fall in love. This street food is the best street food in Ghana. If you come to Ghana and you don't eat this food, you are missing out, unless you are beans intolerant or you are rice intolerant or you have a specific sickness that doesn't allow you to eat waakye. But if not, what are you waiting for? I pair this beautiful waakye with some gari, some stew. That's my waakye stew. It's in the description. My shito, it is in the description. My chicken and my cucumber salad. Simple salad, but very delicious. I paired it with this combo. Mostly people add spaghetti to their waakye. As for me, I don't usually like spaghetti in my waakye because it's carbohydrate. Carbohydrate already going in there is too much, so I don't like the taste of spaghetti in my waakye. So guys, this is the plate full of goodness. There are eggs in the salad, there are fish in the shito and in the stew, and the chicken on the waakye makes this heavenly. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, don't forget to hit the like button, share to friends and family, comment down below, and until next time, stay blessed.